this Sunday. We look forward to a good time together, and we've been announcing for some time that we're going to be having at 2 o'clock a very, very special concert with renowned international concert pianist Sam Rotman, and he is here tonight, and he's going to give you just a little taste and a little promotion, if that's the right word, encouragement for this Sunday. And I trust you've been inviting folks out. It is such a blessing and privilege to have you, sir. I'm glad to have you here. So why don't you come and share with our folks here what you'll be doing there on Sunday.
Well, it's a privilege to be here. I mean that sincerely. The church flew me in this afternoon, got in around 3:30, and I already taught a chamber music class at 6:30, and I'm already a little pooped. So I'm here all day tomorrow teaching from 9 to 6, Friday from 9 to 6, and then the concert with you on Sunday. So appreciate your prayers. And I want to just encourage you to come to the concert Sunday at 2 o'clock. So just a little bit about me. I went to a school called the Juilliard School of Music in New York City. I have a bachelor's and a master's. At Juilliard, I practiced 10 hours a day. It's not an exaggeration. I sat at the piano 10 hours a day, and look what it did to me. I put in all those notes, and all the hair went away. But I've played now in 61 different countries, 3,100 concerts. And I play classical music. God gave me the gift of playing classical music. You have tremendous Christian musicians here who play Christian music. But if I went to 61 countries and played Christian music, it would be filled with Christians. But because it's classical music, Jewish people come. People in Asia come. People in South America. I've been to Cuba twice. I went to Cuba because you couldn't get to Cuba, but they wanted me to come to play classical music and saw people come to Christ. In one night in Israel, 11 Russian Jews came to know Jesus Christ because the Russians love music. And they were all baptized, and they're still in the church 11 years later. So I want to reach people for Jesus Christ by playing Beethoven. And you know something? You can. You can. So I want to invite you to come to the concert. It's going to be about an hour and a half. And invite people to come if they love piano music, classical music. But music is not the most important thing in my life, but Jesus Christ. So on Sunday, I'm going to share my whole 20-minute testimony. This is the 1-minute testimony. My parents were Orthodox Jews. They were born in Eastern Europe. My father in Romania, my mother in Czechoslovakia. The Nazis killed my entire father's family. His parents were murdered by the Nazis. His sister went to a concentration camp. My parents barely escaped. They went to South America. They lived there for 10 years, came to the United States in 1950. That's the year I was born. I went to Hebrew school 5 days a week for 8 years. I learned Hebrew. I learned all about being Jewish. My grandparents died for being Jewish. My parents suffered for being Jewish. I was going to identify with everything I could. I was very moral on the outside and very immoral on the inside. And at Juilliard, I met 3 Christians. They began to share with me. They asked me if I ever read the New Testament, which I never had, if Jesus was the Messiah. Now get this. This is the 1-minute testimony. There's a lot I'm covering over that you'll hear on Sunday. But they encouraged me to read the New Testament. I was practicing 10 hours a day. I began to read the New Testament, and my whole life came to a stop. I was shocked when I read this book. Here was a man who said, I am the light of the world. You know what that means to a Jew? One other person said they were the light. God. God said, let there be light, and this man says he is the light. Here is a man who said, I am the bread of life. Here's a man who said, nobody comes to God, my Father, except through me. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked meeting Jesus Christ. I was going to throw away the New Testament, and then I said, if this Jesus is who he says he is, I better listen to him. And on May 21st, you're giving the date, May 21st, 1971, 50 years ago, on 119 West 71st Street in the Midtown Manhattan, apartment 4D, I got on my knees and I asked Jesus Christ. I said, my name is Sam Rotman, and Jesus, I want you to take over my life. And it was the greatest moment of my life. Jesus cleaned my mouth. He cleaned my mind. I couldn't wait to wake up the next morning and get to Juilliard, and I told every Jewish friend I met the Messiah, Jesus Christ. I went through every practice room that I knew where my friends were Jewish. All of my concerts are nothing compared to having Jesus Christ. Nothing, nothing. And Jesus has never missed one of my concerts. You know that? Every time I give a concert in a church, a hall, orchestra, college, university, he's in the front row. And he says, Sam, I'm really looking forward to hearing you play for me tonight. So I want to encourage you to come. This is the 1 minute, 2 minute testimony. There's a lot I've overlooked, but I think it will be very encouraging to you. And again, I'll introduce the pieces. I assume we're going to move the piano maybe up here or so. We'll talk about that. You can see the hands, but invite friends, invite people. Hopefully they'll enjoy the music, and God will move and change them with the testimony. I have some CDs that's music and my testimony. I'll be in the back if you want to look at them or something. I'll have them during the week and, of course, on Sunday. But this is a short piece, very short piece by Beethoven.
Well, amen. That gives you a good perspective for Sunday, doesn't it? And it was a sweet thing yesterday. We were with the staff down in Illinois in some gardens there, and my wife was just determined that she was going to invite someone that was Jewish background. And at the very end of our time, we were in the museum there at Cantini, and there was an Orthodox Jewish lady. And at the very end, she talked to her, and she was very open. In fact, she took the material, she took the track about my son Wayne, and with tears, she thanked my wife for the people that care about the Jewish people. She was from Jerusalem, and very much that lives in northern Chicago, but it's very possible she would be here. But you know, we prayed together that God would give us that opportunity, and my wife was able to see God answer that prayer. I promise you, between now and Sunday, if you ask God to give you an opportunity, He will. He loves the children of Israel,